Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts, home of the Central America East office. John Stanko here with Frank Sullivan for the presentation of the 2014-2015 All-Conference teams and annual awards. Frank, it was a fantastic regular season for the America East. A lot of newcomers coming into the league making some big noise.
Exactly, John. It was the year of the newcomer, the America East Conference this year. Some of the fresh faces were transfers, some of them were freshmen, and some of them were players who just got better between their seasons in the conference as athletes. Only 3 seniors on the 15-member All-Conference team. From a team perspective, the top 4 seeds all won a minimum of 11 games. The 15-1 record achieved by #1 seed Albany is truly needing to be recognized. It's only the 5th time in the last 2 decades a team has gone through this round-robin play with only 1 loss.
Fantastic season for the America East. As you mentioned, Albany the #1 seed. We're going to take a short break now. We'll come back. We'll announce the All-Academic Conference selections.
For the student, for the athlete, from the heart of our being to the will of our spirit, from the sweat of our brow to the ache of our muscles, from the core of our intellect to the height of our dreams, we strive to excel. On the court, in the classroom, and in the community, we are leaders. We are the student athletes of the America East Conference. And we know our future is more than just a game.
And welcome back, everyone. We are here in the Seaport District of Boston, and it's time to dive into the all-academic selections. These are student athletes who had a minimum of 3.3 accumulative GPA, and they were major contributors on their team. We're going to begin with Albany, where they have 3 selections on the all-academic team: Dallas Enema, Peter Hooley, and Sam Rowley. Then we're going to turn to Hartford, Corbin Rowe, another selection. And then finally, UMass Lowell's DJ Malachnik is the final member of the 2014-2015 all-academic team. And Frank, you know that for these students to excel not only on the court but also in the classroom is quite a major accomplishment.
It really is, John. It's a long season, as so many associated with college basketball understand. You know, academic recognition is one of the hallmarks of the America East Conference, one of the most comprehensive recognition programs for the students that there is in the country. So it's great for everybody. We talk basketball IQ all the time. It's great for everybody to really recognize among their peer group the regular IQ. So great accomplishment by all of these candidates.
Now let's dive into the all-rookie selections, and we're going to begin in Binghamton with Willie Rodriguez.
Well, Willie, so much was thrust on his shoulders as the go-to guy for Binghamton this year. Had to become a scorer in so many different ways, versatile inside-out player, and one rookie that has such a bright future, as they all do. Kevin Middle of Maine is a shining star in this rebuilding year for Maine. Scoring lead guard, exceptional at the free throw line, deadly at the three-point line. Jihad Thomas of Lowell, unfortunate season-ending injury for this wide body, but showed as high a compete level as anybody in this league. Tanner Leisner from New Hampshire, versatile inside-out presence for this power forward. Caught everybody by surprise. I don't think anybody in the league truly knew, other than his coaches, how good he would be. And Trey Bell Haynes from Vermont gave the Cats excellent point guard leadership, solid decision-making, aggressive off the dribble, got to the free throw line, and was just a terrific freshman year leading these Catamounts in the backcourt.
Frank, you mentioned earlier, it's the young talent in the America East that is propelling this league to its very best potential. But now it's time to turn to the defensive specialists, people who lock people down on the defensive end. We're going to begin with Ray Sanders of Albany.
Absolutely right. When you talk defensive team, you talk about a number of things that do not show in statistical breakdowns. And certainly, Ray Sanders, one of the best lockdown defenders in this conference, just did a terrific job stopping people. 3rd team all-conference at the end, 6th in steals in this conference. Corbin Rowe from Hartford. Repeat defensive selection. He too, a position defender, a take charge guy in terms of rotating as a second defender. Joe Bramonti helped New Hampshire hold the league to the league's best 30.6% from the field, from three-point land. Jameel Warney, defensive presence at the rim protector. Dre Wills, one of those lockdown guys, but led this league in steals too. Great anticipation skills. And Ethan O'Day, repeat all defensive choice, 2nd in the league in blocks, and again, a rim protector just as Jameel Warney is.
Coaches gotta love to have these players on their roster, knowing that if they put them on a player, they're gonna lock them down. We're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we're gonna announce the all-conference team selections.
For the student, for the athlete, from the heart of our being to the will of our spirit, from the sweat of our brow to the ache of our muscles, from the core of our intellect to the height of our dreams, we strive to excel. On the court, in the classroom, and in the community, we are leaders. We are the student athletes of the America East Conference. And we know our future is more than just a game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the snow capital of the world, Boston, Massachusetts. John Stanko and Frank Sullivan here, and it's time to get into the all-conference team selections, beginning with the third team. This man was already named to the defensive conference team, Ray Sanders of Albany.
And one of those newcomers we talked about who had such an impact on the America East Conference play. And Ray is one of those lockdown defenders, really did an outstanding job as a lead wing defender. Complete small forward package, attacks the rim off the dribble, solid assist turnover numbers. And as we said, you can't minimize the lockdown nature of his defensive abilities of wing players. Jihad Thomas from Lowell, as high a compete level as anyone in this conference. Power, power, and more power, either attacking the rim off the dribble or playing putback basketball on the rebounding end. Jacoby Armstrong, undersized power forward, center, became a better finisher this year. Such a key interior for the New Hampshire Wildcats. Extreme, quick, leaping ability. Expanded his offensive game. Big key for the Wildcats' success this year, Jacoby. Matt Miller, great story. Transferred into New Hampshire, eligible last year, injured, never played, so got all the rust off and caught the whole league by surprise with his excellent deep catch-and-shoot skills. Never turns it over. Rayshawn McGrew, physical big man who can play through contact, highly dependable for the Seawolves inside, much improved face-up game this year, rebounding totals more than doubled from his sophomore season.
Yeah, you mentioned McGrew, 8.4 rebounds per game. That ranks second in the America East. Now let's move on to the second all-conference team. We're going to begin with someone who possibly has the most heart in this entire league, Peter Hooley of Albany.
Absolutely right. One of the best competitors in the conference, a versatile three-position player in the backcourt for the Albany Great Danes, complete floor game, attacks the basket hard, uncompromising work ethic, Peter Hooley. Mark Wakama, unfortunately injured through a significant portion of the season, the league's active career leading scorer, became the all-time leading scorer at Hartford. Exceptional hop around the rim, refined back to the basket moves. As we said, hampered down the stretch with injury, so hopefully he'll be well for the playoffs. Cody Joyce, so valuable for the Retrievers as their leading scorer. Their best low post presence, their top rebounder. With the limited depth on the team, he had to play maximum minutes and became a workhorse for this Retriever basketball team. Tanner Leisner, the freshman, his position here speaks volumes for what impact he's had and the respect that league coaches have for him as a first-year player. Versatile inside out, a true stretch big man. As a freshman, one of the top 8 players in the league, really outstanding. And for Dre Wills at Vermont, really came into his own this season. The power lead guard led his team in rebounding at 6'1", at his best attacking the rim, at his best getting loose balls, and just playing that power game in the backcourt for the Catamounts.
And Dre Wills, he shoots 59% from the floor. That's absolutely phenomenal percentage for him. But now let's move on to the first team selections voted on by the coaches. And we're going to start with the Great Danes forward, Sam Rowley.
What a season for Sam. Had to become the leader emotionally and physically when Peter Hooley went down in January and responded. His rebounding numbers have been terrific. His low post presence needs to be guarded effectively by other members, other opponents, and as rugged as they come, and as we've talked about time and time again with Sam, one of the best position rebounders this league has seen. Evan Singletary, another one of those newcomers, terrific combination of scoring and distributing, excellent at the three-point line, better at the free throw line, acute sense of game tempo, great assist turnover ratio. Carson Purifoy, great speed in the dribble in the open court, one of the best in the league at getting to the free throw line, really a real offensive catalyst for the Seawolves. Excellent, as we've talked about time and time again with Carson, beating people off the dribble in the open court. Jameel Warney, the numbers say volumes for what he's accomplished this year. Durability, passing skills, soft hands, catches everything near the rim. An outstanding year for Jameel Warney. And Ethan O'Day, so efficient around the goal, 6'9" and plays off the dribble, front court stopper, shot blocker, very improved from where he was a year ago for the Catamounts.
And there you have it, the top 15 players in the America East this season. When we come back, we're going to get the Coaches of the Year award.
For the student, for the athlete, from the heart of our being to the will of our spirit, from the sweat of our brow to the ache of our muscles, from the core of our intellect to the height of our dreams, we strive to excel. On the court, in the classroom, and in the community, we are leaders. We are the student athletes of the America East Conference. And we know our future is more than just a game.
Welcome back to the America East Conference office. It's time to reveal the Coach of the Year. And Frank, this is a coach who led his team excellently throughout the entire season, setting a program record in wins. It's Albany's Will Brown.
Well, let's go back to a year ago. I think so many people, John, were impressed with what Coach Brown did with this Albany team, getting to the championship game as the 4th seed last year, winning the championship on the road, going to the NCAA tournament, and winning a game in that first round against Mount St. Mary's. So it started then. People thought the team would drop off a little bit, lost some outstanding players, but to credit Coach Brown, outstanding recruiting, replacing those players, and the 15-1 regular season mark really is commendable, as we talked about. Went over 200 career wins this season, and I think everybody is totally impressed with this 1 year that Coach Brown has had leading this Great Dane program. Work, determination, knew how they wanted to win, and as we've talked about with the loss of Peter Hooley, kept that group together. They were remarkably consistent from December on.
And we're lucky enough to be joined now by Coach Will Brown live on the telephone. Coach, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on the great honor.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank the coaches in the league for voting for me. It's a terrific league with a lot of really good coaches. This is a program award, in my opinion. I'd really like to thank my assistant coaches, the players in my program, and the support staff in the athletic department. I think everybody is integral member or part of our success, and you know, I'm very fortunate, and I'd like to thank them all.
You've been at Albany 14 years now, a long time for any coach, and had a lot of success winning 4 championships and 2 regular season titles. What makes this team special compared to all your other successful teams?
Well, I think this team is very unique. Unfortunately, we had to deal with a lot of adversity this year, especially with the passing of Sue Hooley, Peter's mom, and Peter missed 8 games, and this team somehow found a way to come together. We went 8-0 during that time, and I think it's a real credit to my assistants and to the kids in our program for raising their level, coming together, and really responding to such a tragic situation. So it's a very resilient group, and it's a group that I'm very proud of.
What was the turning point this season, the moment when you realized you had something special with this group of guys?
Sam really raised his level when we lost Peter for that 8-game stretch. I think he took this team, put this team on his back. Such an unselfish player. Really likes to deflect any attention. He really likes to give credit to his teammates. He's a winner, great person, great student, and I think he was, in my opinion, I know for us, but he was so valuable, and that's why I said he's the most valuable player, just because of what he's meant to us this particular year, especially in Peter's absence. And we have 2 captains, Sam and Peter, so when Peter was gone for that stretch, Sam was the only captain in that locker room, and he really rallied this group and you know, kept this group focused, and I think that helped allow us to do special things and have a really good regular season.
You have the #1 seed this year heading into the AA playoffs, winning with a new playoff format that every team has to come to SEFCU Arena to play you guys at home. Just how big of an advantage is that for your team?
Well, I think playing at home is an advantage. Any coach that says it's not, I think, would be lying to you. We get to sleep in our own beds. We're in our own locker room, practice on our own floor, and most important, we get to play in front of our own fans. So we don't have to worry about any travel issues, practice time, shoot-arounds. We're in our comfort zone. The one thing we can't do is get complacent because we're playing in the SEFCU Arena and relax. All of our focus and energies is on our preparation for Maine and trying to find a way to win that quarterfinal game on Wednesday. And if we're fortunate enough to do that, then we'll worry about whoever is next. But I think right now we're excited to play in front of our own fans and in our own building.
And to wrap it up, Will, no top seed has won the tournament since 2009. What does your team have to do to snap that streak?
Well, we'd love to snap the streak. I think the big thing for us is our preparation. We pride ourselves on being prepared. I think our guys, will be prepared and focused. And we also have to take it one day at a time, one game at a time. I think a lot of times in these situations, teams get caught looking ahead. We're not going to win this tournament because we're playing in the SEFCU or because we're the #1 seed. We have to go out and leave no doubt. We've got to go out. We've got to win these games. We're going to get everybody's best shot. And I'm sure Maine's going to come in here and play really hard and play well. So we've just got to maintain our focus and really sustain our effort, just be consistent like we have been all through the regular season, and I think we'll be okay.
Now we move from Albany to Durham, New Hampshire, home of the Rookie of the Year in the America East this year, Tanner Lesnar.
Well, the recruiting efforts of Coach Herrian again become fruitful in the state of Texas. Tanner came up ready to play physically this year for the Wildcats, gave them a versatile inside-outside game, could play behind the three-point line, could put the ball on the floor, out of the high post area, high-level compete near the rim, rebounding the basketball, gets in the top 10 in rebounding and scoring as a freshman. Sky's the limit for this guy in terms of being an all-conference player as this goes on for him at University of New Hampshire.
Yeah, Lesnar, an incredibly talented player, but now we move to the co-6th Men of the Year. 2 selections here voted by the coaches. We have Justin Graham of Hartford and Cam Ward of Vermont.
And these are the unsung heroes of any winning basketball team. It's always difficult to come off the bench and find your rhythm, and both of them this year were able to come in and contribute right away, become factors right away. Probably could have nudged their way into the starting lineup, but I think for their teams, proved most effective coming off the bench and giving that energy spark that coaches so look for in 6 men.
Yeah, got to look for that spark plug coming off the bench to give your team a lift. When we come back from the next break, we're going to have the Defensive Player of the Year.
For the student, for the athlete, from the heart of our being to the will of our spirit, from the sweat of our brow to the ache of our muscles, from the core of our intellect to the height of our dreams, we strive to excel. On the court, in the classroom, and in the community, we are leaders. We are the student athletes of the America East Conference. And we know our future is more than just a game.
And we're back here live at the AETV studio, and Frank, it's time to dive into the Defensive Player of the Year, the junior forward from Stony Brook, Jameel Warney.
Well, when you talk about Jameel, you certainly mention shot blocking as a primary defensive asset for the Stony Brook team, but his abilities transcend just shot blocking. He's a good position defensive player, rotates big along the baseline, terrific, outstanding defensive rebounder, and just gets the possession finished by either blocking the shot for the team or rebounding the ball for the Seawolves. Such a presence near the rim, a true rim protector, as we always talk about.
Yeah, he's a force in the paint. And oh, by the way, Jameel Warney has also been named the Kevin Robertson Player of the Year in the America East Frank, a well-deserved honor for the forward.
Well, as we said, the numbers speak volumes for what he's accomplished this year statistically. Highly impressive rebounding and scoring numbers in the conference. Leadership ability that Coach Peichel wanted for him this year has been outstanding. When you talk about his offensive game, it's those soft hands. It's the ability to catch in that low post area, even the bad passes, and it's the low post move, counter move game that he's got down so well. He runs the court terrifically. He's played a lot of minutes for the Stony Brook team. I know tried to rest him a little bit down the stretch, but has become highly durable, never injured, never in the training room. Really deserves this award.
And joining us now is the back-to-back Kevin Robertson Player of the Year award winner, Jamil Warney. Jamil Warney, thank you for joining us. First of all, Jamil, how does it feel to be named the America East Player of the Year for the second straight season?
That's a great feeling. Last year I won, and I felt like that was a moving turning point for me. But this year I felt like I improved more, and I felt like I really deserved this Player of the Year because I felt like I had a great season and with great teammates to help me around.
You joined a select group of guys, 6 in all, including Reggie Lewis and Taylor Coppenrath, to win this award in back-to-back years. What does that mean to you?
That's a great feeling. Those names are legends in this conference, and I just want to cement myself as one of the best players in this conference, and I'm happy that I'm taking the steps forward to being one of those few names that in a few years people can say, wow, Jamil's a great player, and he really changed this conference around.
What is it going to take for your team to ultimately bring home a championship to Stony Brook?
Just our defense and us being together. We're a close-knit group, and if we keep on playing how we are playing, then we'll be fine.
And that was Jamil Warney, the back-to-back Kevin Robertson Player of the Year, only the 6th player ever in America East basketball history to win the award in back-to-back seasons. When we come back from this break, Frank will take a quick look at the quarterfinals matchups which begin this Wednesday in the AE playoffs.
For the student, for the athlete, from the heart of our being to the will of our spirit, from the sweat of our brow to the ache of our muscles, from the core of our intellect to the height of our dreams, we strive to excel. On the court, in the classroom, and in the community, we are leaders. We are the student athletes of the America East Conference. And we know our future is more than just a game.
Back here in the conference office, John Stanko here with Frank Sullivan. And Frank, the AE playoffs begin on Wednesday, an exciting time of year. The madness is about to begin in March. What are some things you're really looking forward to?
Well, there's been a lot of anticipation about this week throughout the season. Actually, in the summer as well, when this was announced that the format would change to a home-seeded tournament. Certainly the Great Danes of Albany come into this with the most momentum of anybody and start with a home game on Wednesday night. But you know, when you look at the history of the America East Conference, the 3-6 game, it really tilts more towards the 6 than it does the 3. And the 5-4 game tilts a little bit more towards the 5 than it does the 4. But we know at this time of year there's new adrenaline, new energy. Everybody's played each other at least twice, so a lot to anticipate, a lot to look forward to, and don't be surprised if we see some surprises from coaches as they try to upset some of these home courts on Wednesday night.
Be sure to tune into all the action this Wednesday as all games tips at 7 o'clock. You can watch them all live on AmericaEast.tv. I want to thank you, everyone, for joining us here on this special edition of the AE Report, where Frank Sullivan and John Stanko enjoy the action on Wednesday.